back here at the National Firearms Museum here at NRA headquarters in beautiful Fairfax, Virginia. I'm here with Logan Metesh, Firearms Specialist. And Logan, we've had a great series of different curators from different folks. You know, we had Phil and Aaron and Ernie, and so I'm kind of calling this the anything goes segments because we've seen some crazy stuff. I think so far Aaron wins with the graveyard gun.
Oh,
but
hands down.
I'm always knowing that you're coming to the table with something that I'm going to love. So what do we have now? This is a gorgeous looking firearm here.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
This is beautiful. So this is an Italian piece. It's a 28 gauge over and under shotgun by Abbiatico and Salvinelli. And I've probably butchered that because...
That was pretty good, though. You had the accent going a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, most days I barely speak English.
Yeah.
So, you know, my Italian's a little rusty. But thankfully, they formed a company, and it's just called Firearms. And it's a conglomeration of their names. So that takes care of that. And Firearms is known for incredibly ornate, beautiful guns.
Gorgeous.
And particularly a type of engraving style that's become known as Bellino engraving.
Okay.
And it's actually named after the tool that the engraving is done with, but it's all varying degrees of pressure in dots and lines to create photorealistic images on the guns.
By hand.
All by hand, yes. You cannot do that with a machine.
Right. So just so people understand, there's a lot of factory engraving, and it's good.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with it, and especially in this day and age with smartphones and computers. But this kind of level of engraving is handwork, and it's hours upon hours, and it's highly skilled craft.
This is six-figure artwork, you know, on top of the insane amount of money you spend on the gun. And you see all sorts of really neat stuff engraved on guns. You know, we see gargoyles and cars and animals and all sorts of stuff. But you know who always gets shafted when it comes to engraving?
Who?
The engravers.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So this particular gun was engraved by Gianfranco Pedersoli, and he engraved engravers engraving guns on the gun.
Wow.
Which is really, really cool.
That's like looking into a mirror 5 times.
Yeah, it's like, I call it engravingception, you know? And so on one side of the gun are guys sitting at a table, actually tapping out Bellino engraving and doing the work on the receivers of the guns. And then on the other side of the gun are guys putting it together and manufacturing it and putting all the pieces to make a complete gun. So it's an engraving of engravers engraving.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really neat.
What a concept.
It's one of my favorite engraving pieces just because I've never seen anything like it before.
Right, truly unique. So talk, and we'll show off the engraving, obviously, on this as much as we can, but tell us a little bit about the functionality of this firearm, how it operates. What do we have here?
This, as I mentioned before, this is an over-under shotgun.
And just means one barrel on top of the other.
Right, yeah, exactly what it sounds like. And so it's a break-action, breech-loading gun. You put 2 rounds in, and you can fire one after the other, one from the top barrel, one from the bottom barrel. Then you break open the action, your 2 shells come out, you put 2 more in, you're good to go. And
even the lever here, the release to open up, it breaks open here, is ornate and engraved.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they spared no expense because Gianfranco Pedersoli is a master engraver in the Bellino technique. He quit studying his main schooling at 14 to go into engraving. Wow. And so he did a 5-year apprenticeship with another very well-known Italian engraver. And then he actually spent a handful of years engraving Beretta shotguns. And of course, you know as well as I do that Beretta engraving, I mean, they've got some great stuff.
Awesome.
And then he branched out on his own. And one of his key things that he likes with the customers that he works with now is that they give him free range. They say, do what speaks to you.
Right.
And it always ends up with an absolute masterpiece on the gun. And so no matter what theme you choose, whether it's gargoyles or girls or cars or flowers or engravers, you know, you're going to end up with an awesome work. And because it's the Bellino style, it's very photorealistic. Looks like you're looking at a picture on the gun.
And only here at the NRA National Firearms and Museums, you're going to find everything from the graveyard gun to this absolute treasure.
That's right.
And that is what I love about this place. Thank you so much, Logan, for sharing that with us. It truly is a work of art. It's a treasure.
Yes.
And thank you for being on Curator's Corner.
Thanks, John.